The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he's got his target, Harris. Touchdown, LA! Jacob Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down run there by Mostert, but it won't accomplish much. In fact, officially, he'll only get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. And that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Draw play here. Lance hands to Mostert. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's McSorley to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Open man is Atwell. Complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abuka in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with a don't fumble the football.
On the stop was Aaron Donald. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Five yards remain on second down. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Running the counter with Mostert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. McSorley sets to pass. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Stafford going for it all. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lance's throw there taken in by Smith. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, Lance. And this one complete to Smith. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go one more. Go red. 6. Mike 8. Here we go. Lance
looking to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to the field goal. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Stafford. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Evades him at the 20. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
This is brought in at the 21. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Lance now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before half for Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Looking left side, and he's got a man. Brad Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Lance now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now McSorley. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Taking it about the 16. "54 yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run the draw with Mostert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down and 4. Lance. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And they'll go for it. Lance. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On the handoff, it's Akers. Room past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. As we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
And Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Lance. And that is incomplete here.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, Akers. Space to run past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
Well, they're right down here looking for 6. They'll run here with Akers. Powerful running. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On the sneak, it's Stanford. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Akers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Lance. Smith catches left side. They hand it off to Mostert. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Let's
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now it's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run on first down. Akers, and he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3 yards remain for second down. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
2nd and 6. Now Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Stafford now to throw. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. One final try now for Lance. They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Los Angeles, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.